Perfect. All right. So I guess we could just start off with introductions if you just want to introduce yourself to the crowd.
Um, my name is Alfonso Smith. Um, I'm a student at UWSP, majoring in religious studies and philosophy.
Dope. And what's one interesting thing about yourself?
I produce music.
Oh, you do? What type of music? He got his little
like,
recorder.
yeah, it's all like set up right here, my mic and everything. Um, but I just like alternative R&B, kind of, some little Megan Stallion vibes here and
Oop,
there.
oop.
but
Not the bacon vibes. Oop.
that's I'm feeling love for it. But
Wait, so
yeah.
you said R&B. Do you do any singing or are you like rapping on the beat?
A little bit of both. I personally just produce the music, just like make the beat and stuff like that. I have a mic and I have like everything to record. It's just I haven't built up the confidence to get on that mic and like go off.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to get there though. I'm trying to get there pretty soon. But
That's super dope. And I think that's a nice transition into the icebreaker that I had planned. And it was like, so how do you feel about Little Nas X being one of the big mainstream artists, like Grammy winning, multi-platinum songs, but openly gay Black artists in the industry? How do you feel about that?
I think it's awesome. Being I'm bisexual, being a member of the LGBT community. It's just really nice seeing especially people of color, up there doing the damn thing. He's got a Grammy. That's just dope. And he's like
Right.
young, our age, like our vibe. Like I'm just here for
All facts. He is
it.
our age and he's doing the damn thing. He's being himself
Yes.
and he's being rewarded for it, which is super
Mhm.
dope.
How do you
So,
feel?
oh man, I feel like it's needed. Like,
Oh, very much, very, very much.
there's
I've
not
been
too
waiting.
many, there's not too many role models out here for Black men
hmm
who identify as gay and want to be in the music industry. Because
Definitely.
of course, you have your Todrick Halls, but he's not mainstream. He's not a
Yeah,
household name. But
yeah.
if you're with the in crowd, meaning that you accept LGBT people, then you probably know about Todrick Hall. But
Yes.
Little Nas X is like
He's
a
like
household name.
he's like well, the thing with Todrick Hall is like Todrick Hall's like in the gay community, like
Yeah,
the community, you know what I mean? So they know who he is. But anyone who's really not associated with that community or um I guess yeah, just not associated with them, uh
exactly.
aren't aware of that or they're like, oh yeah, I know of him and that's that.
I know of him.
Yeah. But Lil Nas X, like you hear he's mainstream, he's legit like you're on the radio, like you're getting played all the time. So
Like he has songs with some big artists like Cardi B, again Grammy nominated, Old Town Road, Billy
yes.
Ray Cyrus.
That song broke the record for was it the longest stream or the longest number one billboard or some shit, and it was like up there for almost like a year or some shit. I don't know
Yep,
the exact statistic, but
you're
he
right. He beat Miss Mariah Carey for
yeah.
having the longest reigning number one. And he's a brand new artist who's Black and gay, and he beat Miss Queen Mariah. So
I think that was his first and one and only song that he put out. I think at that
yeah,
time.
it was his first single for sure.
That's crazy. And all of his singles since I think they're all at least platinum. Like he's
Oh,
just
mo- many of her songs are at least 6 times platinum, like
that's
Panini.
crazy. That's like I say he's doing his label though. I don't know what label he signed to though,
I
but
don't
they've
either.
been
I should have
pushing
researched
him,
that.
and he's I don't know. I feel like he's taken on the industry very well. I was kind of scared for him at first, with the one hit wonder type thing.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone has that, and I was waiting for his follow up, and I think he did Panini, and then I was like, okay, that's kind of cute.
Okay. I
Because I did
see.
was feel, when you first like hear of an artist, you kind of just like want to feel him out, and then
Exactly.
come to find out he's gay or at first I was unsure. I didn't know if he was like gay or bi or
I thought he
what.
was joking.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's even cooler. Because
Because
like
he's
you're
known for
wrong.
trolling, so it caught me off guard. I was like, "Are
Yeah,
you like if you're lying, I'm not going to support you anymore."
right.
But
hmm
I feel like that's a good transition because we're talking about the charts and Montero, his new song that has like garnered so much controversy is probably going to be number one this upcoming week. So I feel like that's a great transition into like talking about the video. Do you have any initial thoughts about the video before we break it down and really just,
Hell yes, I
okay, give it to
fucking
us?
love it. I love it. Katie and I play the song so much. My roommate Katie and I, we play it so much. I love the video. I love the song. Like I love it because I feel like he really. I feel like each time he's put out music, it's been being more like out there.
Yes.
I feel like he's like really pushing his boundaries and kind of just exploring who he is and stuff. And I really like that because being a person of color, especially in the LGBT community, it's like, and being in that mainstream spot, it's like
Mhm.
you got to do it. Like, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's like,
Like
oh,
I would even argue that he's being like each as he gets more comfortable with pushing the boundaries, he's becoming more of his authentic self.
yeah,
And I'm super proud of him. Um, so let's break down the video. So the video as it starts, I think I don't know how you perceive this very first scene, but I think Little Nas starts off. Well, let's start off with the words, the quote that he says at the very beginning of the video. He says when the video first starts, "In life, we hide the parts of ourselves that we don't want anybody to see. We banish them, but here we don't. Welcome to Montero." Let's talk about that. That's a hell of a quote to start off your music
yeah.
video with.
Yeah, I really like that. And I like how when it starts, it's like he's like bringing you into this world,
Hmm.
like kind of introducing you. And um, I thought that was really cool. Um,
And I think with that quote, he's just starting us off telling people that was his message right there, saying, "I'm about to piss some people off."
yeah,
Like, we're
you're
about
going
to
to
get
be
it.
mad.
I feel like he let us know from the very first quote. I was like, okay, I'm ready. He said, "This is the place we could be ourselves." And
Yes.
welcome. So after that, we then move on to what I think is us in the Garden of Eden. Did you get that vibe from
Yes.
that
Oh,
area too?
yeah. I watched his Genius Explained about it kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, and I really thought that I really love that concept that he. Okay, so are we just going through like the video from in chronological order?
Oh, you could do whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah,
But
we'll go in chronological. I'm just all over the place all the time.
oh yeah,
So,
no problem.
I'm like here, and I'm like it's hard to keep track because I'm ADD. Um, but but yeah, so in the Garden of Eden, he's chilling there on the tree playing the guitar, and then the snake's coming up. You know what I mean? Just like in the Garden of Eden,
Slivering.
the story of the Bible. Adam and Eve was chilling, and then the snake came up and was like, "Hey, eat the apple," and then she ate it, and then she got him to eat it, and then I just like how he did it, but like, do you remember that show Face Off, where
I
they used
think
to
I do
do
remember.
like crazy makeup costume things?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what when he was the snake, like
Hmm.
the alien head. It gave me that vibe, and I
It
love
did.
super weird. I love that shit. I love character like that's why I love Nikki so much. Oh
Oh
my god,
yeah,
like I
she's
love
a
when
master
people
of characters.
yeah, like I love when people do like character shit and they give you just like they give you the music and they give you a whole look and a whole aesthetic and a whole storyline.
He
Like
was
even if it's just
slaying.
fiction.
And I don't know if it was because it was COVID, but I think he played every character in this video besides the
Yeah.
devil.
Hmm. And then he had CGI doubles of him in the background when he was in the chained up scene.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? But like you were saying, it is kind of alluding to like this Garden of Eden type of thing. And
Hmm.
he gets seduced or like hypnotized by this serpent, which I'm assuming is supposed to be the devil, who is manipulating him into giving into parts of himself that he was hiding, which I think is his gayness. And I was like, okay, is this supposed to be how he is interpreting how people see being gay as thus the creation of sin? Because
Yeah, because that's the
yeah,
original sin is like the original sin in the Bible is Eve um, eating the apple from the forbidden tree. You
and I
know.
think that's like that That is such a bold statement that it's kind of like saying that people in today's society is saying that their original sin is being gay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And I was like, that's such a bold statement because everyone, I feel like everyone likes to like sin pick. Um, and gay seems to be the harshest of the sins,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
Hmm.
do you have any thoughts on that first scene, or should we move on to the next one?
Um, no, you can move on. I thought I was
All
gonna go.
right. Yeah. Sorry to put you on the
No,
spotlight.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
So the next scene is the Judgment Day scene
Hmm.
where he's on trial and having objects thrown at him until
Hmm.
he passes on. What did you think of that scene?
I thought it was really interesting because it was like that was him being tried for sinning originally for giving in to the snake. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And he's being judged, and uh, it's just basically it was. I feel like it was just a good metaphor of society. You know what I mean? Judging him, condemning him. Um,
Exactly.
so
And in the song, when that part of the video starts, like the lyric is a sign of the times every time that I speak. I was like, what do you think that means into relation of that? Like a sign of the times every time that I speak. I was like, what? Bars, but yeah, what do you think of that, man?
um, a sign of the time. Wait, can you repeat that again?
Yeah, so he starts off by saying, a sign of the times every time that I speak.
So basically, every time that he says something, every time it's going to be super impactful, and I feel like I don't know. I don't know really how to interpret that.
Right. It's super deep.
Mhm.
Like when I
Yeah.
first heard him say that, I had to like keep re-listening to it. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, what does this mean? And like what I kind of fell on is that you know how the older generation so you know how in the older generation, like the role of man and woman in the house were a lot different than what they are now.
Yeah.
So a sign of the time in that instance would be equal rights for women or breaking the glass ceiling, things of that nature. So I feel
Mhm.
like he's saying a sign of the time every time I speak is that, oh, I now have the ability to speak up as being gay.
Yeah.
But like in a judgment day photo, I'm going to get stoned for it because it's not yet accepted. So it's a
Yeah.
time of, yeah. So I was
I
like,
feel
that's
yes.
it's pretty dope.
Mhm.
So I think as far as like his creativity with the video and the lyrics, he's got a double whammy going on right now.
Yeah. He. I really like what he's doing. He has a good creative team with him too. Um, I really enjoy his videos. Really, I think they're all really creative.
In the Genius video that you watched, did he say that that no, I think this was actually an interview he did with Zachary Campbell. He said he
Oh yeah,
loves
I watched.
his
You watch
oh,
his
you
channel
watched that
too?
too?
Yes, I fucking love Zachary Campbell.
Oh yeah. I feel like he's pioneering his own path too.
Oh yes, and he's got the ends with Doja, Lizzo, like he's Little Mix, all my girls. I'm like, I love Zach,
Me too. Like he keeps it real. He used to be a Nicki hater,
and he's an
but at least he
Aquarius.
came around. Oh, what do you say?
Aquarius,
What
I
is it?
think. He's an Aquarius. Yeah.
Oh, he's an Aquarius. I could tell in his personality.
Yep.
Yes, he's definitely an Aquarius. So I have another quote for you. See if you can find any similarities between the judgment scene. So a quick funny note before I read the quote. When he's having objects thrown at him, one object actually hits him. And if you pause the video, it's a butt plug.
Oh my god, that's troll. That's trolling. He's trolling us. He is not playing. I didn't even know that, but that's so funny.
Right. I thought that was insane. And it was by accident that I found it. I was
You
like,
just like
what?
happen to pause it.
Yeah, I just happened to pause it and
You're like,
it was a
that's a
butt
butt
plug.
plug.
Yes. It just threw
Everybody
me
goes like
off.
or something.
Oh man.
Yes.
But here's the quote, and it's actually from the Bible. It's from John 8:7. And like, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And that quote just really stood out to me when this Judgment Day scene just popped up. And everyone was throwing rocks at him for being himself. All these sinless people, quote unquote, sinless people
Mhm.
throwing rocks at him. And I really think that quote, like, you know, goes into the pot calling the kettle black in a sense.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's like you're defeating the whole purpose of you know what I mean? Like you're
Hmm.
condemning someone else for just living their life
And
for your opinion of what a sin is. You know what I mean?
right.
Um, so
And I'm not too familiar with the Ten Commandments, but is love thy brother and sister or love thy neighbor one of them?
yeah,
Uh,
something like that.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure about the exact terminology of it. I should reread it. Oh, my bad, y'all. Uh, but I feel like that whole scene was the exact opposite of that.
Yeah,
Just how quick a community
I
can
liked how
turn.
all of the people too, which were him obviously,
Yeah.
because it was him everywhere. He did give me Effie Trinket vibes though,
Oh, really?
with the blue and everything.
Yes.
I'm like, it like for me, okay, from like a creative standpoint, but I feel like he was doing it kind of like campy, like
Yes.
because I was like, oh,
Yes.
these kind of look like I was like, you don't look like Snatch, you look like character. But then again, like I brought it back and I was like, oh, okay, he's trying like it's the
Yeah.
aesthetic, he's trying to be campy, trying to be like kind of like corny, but still, you know what I mean? I don't
Yes, I smell what you're stepping in. Have you seen
know.
the last element? I think that movie is with
Yes, yeah, so, like
Chris.
that. Like it's
Yeah.
still its own world. It's still its own cool thing, but it's still like, still you can like on an objective level, it looks fake and it's not real. But it's like that's the fun in it.
Yes. Do you remember Chris Rock's outfit in that?
Yes. Oh my god.
That is him.
I forgot about that. Yes, that was funny.
That's exactly what I thought when I seen it. But you know what else I picked out from that scene? All of them were wearing like light blue, but he was wearing pink.
You feel like that was the guys, like
Yeah,
the
I
male
think it was,
energy type stuff. Like they
yeah,
wanted
just
to be
like that.
dominant.
I feel like they were trying to like really distinguish him. This person who's just like everyone else, they was trying to distinguish him from the rest. They was trying to ostracize him.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like this is
Hmm.
I just don't understand that type of behavior or like trying to single someone out when they're just trying to be their true selves and like find their inner peace as well, just like everyone else. So
Hmm.
I just
Definitely.
thought that was really cool. But yeah, let's go to the next scene. Then this is when stuff starts getting wild. But in my opinion,
Yeah.
it's still pretty epic. So after Nas is struck in the head with a butt plug, we're gonna we're not letting that one go.
I'm gonna go watch that again. That is so funny.
Please pause it right on the scene so you can see the exact item. So after he's struck in the head with a butt plug, he ascends what it looks like up into heaven. But as he gets super close to the angel that's at top, a stripper pole pops out of nowhere.
At first, when I first watched it, I thought it was the snake. I thought the snake got
Oh.
up. I was like, I was confused. I was like, what? Oh, it's a stripper pole. Oh shit, he's really okay. So this is the thing. I don't know if you saw this in like the news or whatever, but have you watched Cellophane
The
by
music
FKA
video
Twigs?
FAA Twigs, yes.
Yes.
I love
There when I
FKA.
because when this scene started, when he was flying up, that looked exactly like cellophane. When
Oh,
she was
yes.
sitting on the pole, and then she was like, and you like the camera panned up, and it was like heaven, and then it was like all warped and stuff, and then she was going up there towards that like weird, FKA Twigs. How weird.
Yes, FK
I
Twig
love it.
things.
It was like an angel, and like it looked at her, and then she like dropped all the way down to hell, and she was like spinning on the pole all the way down to hell, and then she landed in that clay, and it was like red
Oh my God.
clay kind of. And but when I was watching this, I was like, that's like the exact same thing that he did, but it's Lil Nas. But I'm
Yes,
still here for it.
I seen that. And they tried to debunk it and said, no, I have a member from their same creative team and something like that. And I was like, I don't believe none of this right now. Because these scenes look the exact same.
Yeah, it's just him with a red wig and some like honestly. So when he said in his interview, he said that he had like something else on, like pants or something, when he was on the pole, but he
Yeah.
wanted it to be more sexy, so he wore his boxer briefs. But like, if you wanted it to be sexy, you should have wore like a jock strap
I was about to
or
say,
like,
let's talk about his
you
outfit
know what I
real
mean, some
quick.
leather. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go there, go there.
Right.
Like those briefs, I'm like, you could have worn something else. So it's just wearing like, you look like you just took those like your pants off and just hopped on the pole real quick.
Can we
But
talk about it? Because that outfit was not it.
it wasn't. No.
Can we talk
I,
about it?
no, it was not it. And the wig, I love the wig if there was other stuff to go with it. But
Yes.
the sex, if like the outfit was sexier, but like I loved the boots. The boots were it for me.
Yeah, the boots were it. But
Yeah.
if you looked down and then kept going up with your eyes and you reached the
Yeah.
boxer briefs, I'm like, dude, what are you wearing?
Being totally different. Like
They weren't even no.
like like in gay culture, like the straps,
Yeah.
the what are those called? I don't know what they're called.
Let's call it a harness for now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. But like like the leather stuff, I was like, that would have been fucking sexy with the wig.
Some BDSM stuff.
Yes, like
Yes.
especially if you're dropping down to hell.
Right. Go the full way.
Briefs. I'm like, that wasn't.
He should have took some notes from Blade. You remember that movie, Blade?
Yeah.
Everyone was in leather in that movie.
For real. I would have loved leather.
Yes, but instead he came out with some TJ Maxx boxer briefs.
Legit, like it was an underwear campaign or some shit. And then he hopped on the. So after this, right? He hops on the devil. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, that's exactly where we're going. He makes his epic descent down the stripper pole, lands down confidently. He doesn't look scared at all. Like, I'm happy to be here.
The one shot of him when he's like, I don't know, just doing the splits, dropping down and like coming down, like when it's a one shot and you just see him like. I just remember when I first watched it, I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I cannot believe he went there. Like,
that was your first thought when you seen it?
Yeah, so I'm like, he really fell on a stripper pole all the way down to hell, and he's busting it open.
Not busting it open.
His legs said,
no.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I love it. He said it was part stunt double, part him. It was like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Part stunt double. Oh, yeah, because I was like, you can't be doing all that.
He said he trained for 3 weeks, though, to learn how to do it.
That's impressive for 3 weeks.
But some shots were like a stunt double doing it.
Can we talk about how that's good for 3 weeks, though? Like,
Yeah,
I know some people who practice on a stripper pole for years and they still can't even lift themselves up. So he did pretty darn good.
He's also small too.
Oh yeah, yeah. He has a slender frame.
Funny? Okay, so this is so funny.
Yeah, let us know.
So when me and Katie first watched this, Tell Me Why, I was like, this is giving me Tone vibes.
Not me. I was not
100% because look, no, this is hear me out.
Yo, he's talking about me.
Yes, you are exactly who I thought of because when you listen to Lil Nas X in interviews and shit, right?
Yeah.
He's like calm and like very like you can tell he's kind of shy and standoffish, and that's how you are. But then like, but not just like slightly mysterious, just got your little guard up, just chilling, like, boom, and then, wham, dropping down on a stripper pole, like.
Oh my goodness!
I was like,
you know what's crazy? You're not the first person to tell me that recently.
Really?
Yes, someone else just told me the exact same thing, so I feel personally attacked.
That's a compliment.
I'm offended.
No, you don't want to be like. Well,
I don't want to slide down a stripper pole with TJ Maxx briefs on.
You know damn well you want to do that.
Not no TJ Maxx briefs. Don't do me.
I'd be more fly.
Right. That's.
But you dropped on a stripper pole though.
See, I can't deny that. I cannot confirm nor deny. But just hand me some Andrew Christians and we'll see.
Yes.
All right. No, but that's super hilarious that so many people have been coming up to me and saying, you kind of remind me of Lil Nas X in this video. And I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. But yeah, let's talk about it. So he landed in hell and then he saw his walkway. He had a nice little fiery walkway and he strutted to the devil. Strutting in those heels to the devil, who was just making this grunting ugly face the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. Was the devil him?
I don't know.
Or was it someone else? I don't know if that was him in prosthetics or if it was someone else in prosthetics.
That's a good question. I actually seen a TikTok when they was trying to recruit someone for it, and it was like, "Hey, we're looking for someone to just mean mug and just look there and sit." And they was like, "Okay, I'm your guy." And then he was like, "Okay, let's start now." So he sits down. It's like, "Okay, what do I do?" And they said, "Someone bring in Lil Nas X." Dude was like, "Okay, why is Lil Nas X not wearing any clothes? Because he was supposed to
Right?
be straight.
Why is he naked? Oh, wait,
Why is he naked?" And then they said, "Take the devil's clothes off." You're like, "What?" I was like, y'all wild. So yeah,
damn.
okay, but let's continue. So this is the part you was talking about. He's busting it wide open on the devil. What are your thoughts?
When his legs went,
Do that sound effect again?
yes. No, I'm telling you, I was gagging the whole fucking music video, one after another, like one after another. I said, "Oh, we're in Garden of Eden. Eden, okay. Oh, you sleeping with the snake? Boom. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
damn. Then, boom. Oh, you getting on a stripper pole going to hell? Oh, yeah. Now
oh.
he's giving the fucking devil a lap dance and busting like
I,
wide.
I feel like that's a natural progression of life. You wake up in the
Yeah,
morning in the Garden of Eden.
y'all
You
eventually.
So he was just giving him a whole show. Body
Yeah.
Party was
He
playing
was
in the
fucking it up. I'm not
background.
gonna lie. I'm
He
like,
was.
Nas, you look fucking sexy.
I was about. He had the cakes out. He had
Yeah.
his padding in the front.
I was, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? We
Please
all
talk
knew that
about
was
it.
padding. We all knew that was. He said, "Let me make a nice little pouch, even, just
No,
it looks good at every angle. Like you can't catch me slipping.
he said, "Let me make a little pouch."
He did. Like you could tell, it was like everyone with a dick knows damn well that was a fucking pouch when you look at it. Like
Yes, I'm like, okay. Did you put like a baseball cup in there? Like,
it's
like
probably like a jock strap or something that just rolled.
ah.
And.
I mean, that's a good point because I was looking. I was like, because I was
I mean, who
analyzing
wasn't
everything.
looking? Like, come on now. You're gonna be showing and I'm gonna be looking.
Because
Like,
I was like, I seen the cake, so I was like, okay, I see you know how to arch your back, but what is in the front?
yeah, well, what's in the front? Hide in the front.
I was like, what's happening up there? And then all I seen was padding. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you're no fun.
I see no real dick friend.
Yeah, you're no fun.
Damn, such a tease.
So
Like
this is
that
the
music, like,
part
how you gonna catch me slipping? Like,
you're not gonna catch me slipping. He said I have a rep to uphold. So I think this is the part that had a lot of Christians upset.
oh, of course. Well, I mean, everything in this thing did, but this is the main one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but why do you think Christians were upset about this scene?
They just here's the thing, right?
Tell
So
us.
I I feel like because I was raised. My mother is Baptist, but she never like imposed it on me or nothing.
Hmm.
But she would always be like, "You need Jesus Christ." You know what I mean? She like
You need
throw
Jesus
that in there,
Christ.
just a little like shit would be going wrong or something. Be like, "Oh, if you just pray to Jesus," you know what I mean? Shit like that. I'm
Yeah,
like, "Fuck." So and I just don't like how they chop up everything bad that ever happens in life to be Satan's doing. To be
yeah,
like, he's actively trying to make your life worse, and I'm like, okay, whatever, boom, like yada yada.
yeah.
But the fact that you demonize it so much, and especially people who are LGBT, who sinners, whatever the fuck they want to say,
Sinners.
they were gonna go to hell and have to live with this man, this thing, whatever that you're
Right,
demonizing. Like, I love that Lil Nas X was like, okay, you're gonna send me there, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna fucking give him a lap dance, like,
right. And
and
I'm
then
so proud.
eventually kill him and become the devil himself. So
Ooh.
I was here for it. I said, I wish the devil crown was better though. I wish it wasn't like it's just I'm just picky.
He said,
So
let me
like
be
I just wanted
fashionable.
yes, I wanted to it was like it was still campy though. See, that's the thing. It
It
was still
was.
campy.
He was
But I
on theme
wanted
for
it to be
sure.
just like chic. Like I don't know, like
Yes.
be like an aesthetic, like make it look realistic but still like dark and like
Like a
sexy.
bad bitch.
Yeah.
So I was personally proud of him for this scene. I think he was just refusing to be apologetic for being who he
Oh,
is.
definitely.
And then like I feel like we're all made in the a higher image, like we're made after something. Some way, somehow, we are made in someone's image. So if we're looking at it from a Christian's perspective, there's nowhere in the Bible where he personally condemns homosexuality. You can pull out a Bible, pull open every page, you won't find it. So I think he's really saying fuck you to the social normative Christians out there who, like you said, is telling him that you're going to go to, or is telling all of us, all LGBT youth, that you're going to go to hell if you continue living your life like this, as if we had a choice in the matter.
right?
I was like, and it's not a
And that's the
choice.
thing. That
Oh yeah,
that's I hate when people be like, "Oh, you choose to be gay or whatever." The fuck you think I would choose to be bullied? You think I would choose to have to go, you know what I mean?
but let's talk about it. You think I would choose to like men?
Like it like I remember as a kid, I literally would wish that I was straight. Thank God I'm at where I'm at now. But back then, I used to be like, man, why couldn't I just be born like this regular straight boy, like girls and be totally, you know what
Exactly.
I mean?
I
But
relate
I
so much to
realized
that.
that's not my situation. You know what I mean?
It's
That's not
not.
a lot of people's situation. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's fucked up for people to sit there and think that everyone is born in that situation, that they
Fucked
know
up.
that they are heterosexual or even place such a big importance on who you like, you know? In
Yeah,
Christianity, I feel like the scriptures and stuff, even if they did say, such and such, it's up to the person reading them and the people like putting out that information to it's their interpretation of this. Everyone can read the same paragraph and have a different interpretation of it. And the
exactly.
fact that people are taking these things and making such like vile, like, I don't know, vile ideologies from that. And
Yes.
I don't know, I don't see it, and I'm not here for it. That's why I feel like that's why I've never really been into Christianity and religion in general. Like I'm a religious studies major because I'm interested in learning
Yeah,
about religions and cultures and stuff, and how people view the world. But I'm not interested in being a particularly religious person.
I see what you're talking about. And to people like
Um,
that, I always, my response is always mind your business.
yes.
I don't know why, but that's always my response because I definitely relate to what you were saying when you talk about how you were wishing you were straight. Because when I was growing up, I didn't really know what gay was because I don't I don't think people realize it, but when people in our generation were growing up, we didn't really have that many gay outlets like when we
Yeah.
were young. So I had multiple girlfriends growing up. At this
Same.
time, I didn't know what gay was, and I just never felt right in these relationships. And I just thought, oh, it's because I don't like this bitch. But not
Oh
going.
my God, Tone. Same here. And like you feel like it's something wrong with you. You're just like, why don't I like these girls? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like why don't I like people? And I've broken so many girls' hearts because I was struggling with finding out who I liked. Because back then,
exactly.
like how you said, we didn't know what it was for a while. Once I did know what it was, or that it was even possible
Yeah,
to like another sex, like what the fuck? As a kid, you don't think about that. But then
right.
once I started hitting puberty, you start thinking like, oh, I like girls, but then I'm like, oh wait, I like guys too, or I think I like guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the society's like stigma made me, from where I come from, super homophobic and stuff. Made me
Mm-hmm.
think that it was not right, or that I could like both. So it was
Yes,
either like you're gay or you're straight. And me being a bisexual person, I've had to like that was like a really big thing for me growing up was trying to find that like because people would always be like, oh, if you like guys and you like girls, you mainly just like guys. You know what I mean? Or
right.
like they put that like oh, you're just gay. You know what I mean?
The bi
So
community is definitely very disrespected and like
it's like, oh, you're
illegitimized.
just confused. You don't know what you're. Bitch, like I know now. I'm fucking 24 years old. I didn't know that when I was fucking 16, 17, 18. When I was dating these girls and feeling like I couldn't tell them that I was bi because they would be like disgusted or they would be like, ew, look at me as like, oh, you're just gay. You know what I mean? Or like,
Yeah,
oh, you're probably just gonna go be with a guy anyways, type shit. And it's like that's so small minded and I don't know, but that's just like a general stigma, I guess, in general that that's why I love people like Lil Nas are doing things like this to like break that stigma, or at least
So true.
if you're gonna give them the stigma, like run with it and fucking kill it. Like,
Right, so true. So this might be a little off topic, but I think it still ties in. So, like, thinking about our situations, when do you think they should teach about sexuality in schools, or do you think they should even do that?
like sexuality is in like be who you're attracted to and like this like the spectrum and stuff like that.
Yeah, what we know about sexuality today and its
Like a gender and
fluidity.
sexuality course or something.
Yeah. Eh,
I'd say, I mean, preferably, I would like that to happen in middle school because middle school, I feel like, is where kids are hitting puberty in middle school. Everyone's going through so many different changes, so many different hormones and shit. And
yeah.
that's when I started to realize that I like liked girls and guys, or that I actually even was started being attracted to people because I was dating people when I was in like second and third grade. You're a fucking child. You don't know about dating. You know what I mean? So I just was like, thought it was a cool thing to do because my sisters are always like, you need a girlfriend. But
I'm your girlfriend.
um but yeah, I just forgot what I was talking about. Sorry.
No, definitely, definitely. So you think it should start in middle school? Because
Yeah, I feel like that's where at least that's the start. If not middle school, definitely high school. There's no reason people in high school shouldn't be taught about sexuality.
I feel like the argument is always that kids don't need to be taught about sex, but I think they're already being taught about sex. It's
We
just
children need to be taught about sex because they either I saw this post the other day and it was like perfect. It was like if sex ed isn't taught, then people learn by like
experimenting.
experimenting or like
Yeah,
all these other ways where that are usually most of the time they're either traumatic or you know what I mean, like feel like people are forced to do things like they don't know
exactly.
what to do, you know?
And
Um
then they're still learning about sex. You're
yeah,
just
people learn
mad,
about themselves in general.
right? They're just mad that when people learn about sex, it's becoming more and more frequent that it's not in the heteronormative way.
Yeah,
Like
and I don't
on
like that sex in itself is being stigmatized. Like
right.
even with like people putting like with the whole WAP situation and people be like, oh, children, and they would need to guard them from sex. No, sex is a normal part of human life. You
Yeah.
did it to make these fucking children. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
No, a stork dropped them off.
right? Like the fuck, like it's a natural fucking thing. Talk about it. At least make sure that they're gonna be safe. Same with drugs and stuff.
Yes.
It's out there. It's out there. People are doing these things. At least educate them about it so that they know what to do. You know, that they know because a lot of people I didn't fucking know about sex or drugs or anything as a fucking kid. So you try through experimenting, and when
Right.
you do that, you who knows what the fuck can happen. You know?
So I'm with you. I think you should definitely educate your kids instead of like just expecting them not to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, especially with sex ed, teaching safe sex and how to know how to ask for consent is very important,
Oh,
and how to
definitely.
convey if you don't want to do something is also very
Yes.
important because peer pressuring can just that whole like area of interaction needs to be taught. Like
Yes.
uncomfortable topics need to be had. Like people are
Mhm.
so scared to talk about things that are uncomfortable. So,
Definitely. I love
but
it because I feel like that I feel like a lot of people are so scared of conflict in general. And honestly, I feel like yes, conflict in an objective sense is bad, but I feel like through like learning through about shit that's like hard or like hard to talk about or really taboo, I feel like talking about them makes them normal so they're not so taboo to talk about, you know? Just
yeah,
normalizing it in general so that it's something that we don't have to like feel weird about talking about. Like it is so normal. Like that's why I hate the stigmatization of
yep.
sex in general and how people just I don't know, just the whole thing around it.
No, I'm with you. I remember when we were in college together that you are one of the few people who actually liked having like civil discourse about uncomfortable topics,
Hmm.
which is hard to find in a person. Like nowadays, everyone feels attacked if you don't agree with them.
Oh
Um,
my God, yes.
and it's okay
It's just
not to
like you
agree.
can't like people don't like looking at things outside of their own perspective, and like that's one thing that I've learned about being a religious studies major is that like one of the main things that's stressed in our courses is it's like called 3-step rule. It's called shut up, listen, respond. And the first
Hmm.
one is like recognizing your own personal biases, everything that you think about or have an opinion of, acknowledge it in your head, shut
Yes.
that up so that you're able to be open to learn about this information from an objective sense. So you're listening, with open ears because you already put all your biases